Hey guys, Byron Lambert, RosterWatch.com here at Atlanta Falcons training camp as part of the 2019 RosterWatch.com training camp tour, and we're fortunate to get Calvin Ridley back on the practice field, second-year standout wide receiver after he'd been nicked up the last couple of days. And look, all the talk around here is that he's ready for that big second-year leap, his separation at the line of scrimmage. One thing that they were concerned about was his workload during practice in season last year apparently was leaving him somewhat exhausted or tired on game day. So they are looking to back down Ridley's workload during practice throughout the season this year. And, you know, look, I saw him make big explosive catches today and very, very slippery off the line. A player that we can definitely continue to be very excited about here in Atlanta, Calvin Ridley. I will say, though, the local insiders on the beat here, they did say we do, as much as we're expecting that second-year leap out of Calvin Ridley, it still is up for debate here who the true number 2 wide receiver is, whether it's Mohamed Sanu or Calvin Ridley. Now, this team is constantly in 3 wide receiver sets, so essentially they're all starters. And look, Julio Jones, as they manage his workload with his durability issues over the years, he does come out, you know, during the game. So that will continue to open things up for Ridley and for Mohamed Sanu. Ridley, a nice pick in the middle rounds, and maybe Mohamed Sanu a little bit too much of a forgotten man at the very end of our drafts. And then I guess the big storyline here is Dan Quinn telling us that Devonta Freeman had an excellent offseason and is in line for a good workload and a really nice season. However, it does appear that Ito Smith, who many of us were banking on as a late-round handcuff option to Freeman, who has all the durability issues, Ito Smith kind of losing ground out here. I know we've heard that narrative over the last few weeks, but it really does appear to be manifesting. Dirk Cutter, the new OC here, tends to prefer a larger running back, hence the action we've been seeing for Brian Hill. And then when I asked Dan Quinn about this today, before he even brought up Ito Smith on the depth chart, he was talking about Brian Hill and Quadre Ollison on the outside. Hill between the tackles and Ollison on the outside. And many of the folks here kind of see Ito Smith is just a scat back. So it does appear this is going to be running back by committee behind Devonta Freeman this season. But Freeman looks to hold plenty of value in round 3 of our fantasy draft. Guys, for more analysis from the fantasy football perspective of NFL training camps across the league, follow us at RosterWatch.com. Also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, the Roster Watch Podcast, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RosterWatch. For an expert quality draft guaranteed, RosterWatch.com.